Let's talk to Geremy Thomas. He is the CEO of Sativa Investments. Welcome to the show, Geremy. I saw a hedge fund manager about 6 months ago. We talked off air. I said, what are your themes 2018? And he said, this is all about cannabis. And here we are. You've launched on NEX. Cannabis is the game.
Well, I've spent the last 3 months travelling around the world. I've been to Canada, and their medicinal cannabis market opened in 2001. I've been out to the States. I've also travelled down to Australia and to the Netherlands, and I've been in party to a number of investment conferences as well as meeting some of the men on the ground producing product.
Yeah.
It is going to be huge. The amount of money and the quality of the people backing these businesses in North America is impressive. This
obviously has got medical upside, if you like. You know, lots of people say, "Oh, I'm doing this because I'm in pain." Where are the risks politically with this?
Well, I mean, 2 weeks ago there was a petition handed into Parliament which focused on the plight of Alfie Dingley, a young man who suffers from epilepsy. He was experiencing 30 fits a day. His parents sourced some cannabis oil from the Netherlands, which reduced his pain and suffering to 1, maybe 2 fit a day.
Right.
And changed his life. Now, the submission to Parliament is all about why can't Alfie get his medicine here? And that is a very good point. Why can't he? It clearly helps him. And there are 26 states in America that have authorized the provision of medicinal cannabis. There are a number of European countries, including Germany, who have launched their medicinal cannabis product in 2017. In March of 2017, the authorities in Germany wrote 500 prescriptions. In June of 2017, they wrote 5,000 prescriptions.
Wow.
That growth would have continued, but the supply restrictions were such that they had to slow down.
Right. Now, in terms of the actual supply of this, okay, how does this all work in 2018?
Well, there are territories, countries and states around the world that have governments that have authorized the production of product. It is manufactured from either plant extract or from synthetic forms of the cannabinoid that is being chosen to be a part of the medicine. The plant cannabis, or in certain circumstances hemp, produces over 100 cannabinoids, which are the component parts that we're interested in. The two main ones are THC and CBD. THC is the psychoactive component that makes you high.
Right.
CBD has virtually the opposite effect in terms of dampening down responses in the brain that can help in the cases of Alfie Dingley, where he was suffering these fits, which is an extreme form of overexcitement.
Right.
So CBD is one as a component part of the plant that the medicinal industry is principally interested in.
Okay. So in terms of your website, okay, it says you're going to invest in global companies, dynamic regulatory environments surrounding medical cannabis, the focus on production, pharmacology, testing, compliance, R&D, commercialization, sales and marketing. So you're basically a one-stop shop.
No, I think if you look, I see this as prohibition being lifted for this, for the products that come from this plant. And if you liken it to the gold rush in the States way back when, lots of people went underground and started digging for gold.
Yep.
A lot of people made money out of selling picks, shovels, and wheelbarrows. Yep. I'm interested in putting together a portfolio of investments in businesses that can service this new market.
And where does the UK stand on this in terms of the UK government? Because I read the Mail on Sunday, I shouldn't have said that on air, and they're always saying that so many problems in society are down to drug misuse.
Well, there are a lot of views on a lot of different issues. I mean, alcohol is a product that we all use and love, and enjoy, but there are people that abuse it and get into trouble for doing so. if you take too many painkillers, you can kill yourself.
Yep.
But they're still available in our
Yep.
supermarkets and on our high street. There has been a lot of political obstacles to researching and exploiting the parts of the plant that do not make people high. And it's because, I think, deliberately in the States under Richard Nixon, as a foil to the hippie culture that was very vociferous in opposing his war efforts in Vietnam, cannabis became enemy number one as a way of him restricting his political opponents, which has been a shame because there's a lot of benefit that can come from these for the use of this plant. Ask Alfie.
Okay, that's a fair point. Now you floated on NEX, okay, putting my hedge fund hat on, why should I consider buying the shares and putting them in my portfolio? What are the three hot reasons, would you say?
I think they're going to go up.
Yep.
Because I think this is a growing industry, as demonstrated in many territories around the world. I think regulation will change here in the UK, and we will be ready for that. But in the meantime, there are a lot of opportunities for us in Europe and beyond.
On that note, we've run out of time. That's Sativa Investments. Geremy, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.